Hey everyone, this is Cindy at an open door. It's June 16th at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is the hour that we have entitled Training Wheels. It's an hour usually facilitated by our beloved Amy Haible. Got a message. Well, it's like Amy was predicting the future yesterday, right? She said, I don't know what tomorrow's going to bring. Well, I got a message from her just a few minutes ago telling me that her internet is down and they're using a saw all underneath her feet. So the combination of having no internet and the entire world in her experience is very loud. Um, she's not here. She will perhaps be here at noon. According to the message, she'll have her internet back up and running by the 12-stepping meeting. Gotta love the shirt Regis is wearing. So, after something she said yesterday, I made sure I sat with this lesson. So here is what we are going to do together. We're going to listen. We're going to experience a song. It's the newest offering from P for Poetry. It's gorgeous. And then I am simply going to read this lesson. And then we're going to practice the lesson since really it's a stunning practice. And I'll even tell you the practice so you can sit with it while we're listening to the song. The practice is simply to sink into this present moment, to be this present moment, allow faces and images and people and circumstances that create some sort of uh, contraction in you. This is the way I put it. Somebody or something that you have a lot of judgments about. And then, with all the devotion and love you can, you're going to simply be in this space. My brother, peace and joy I offer you. And just knowing that in God's world, everything is divine, the peace and joy is ours by divine right. If there is somebody or something in our world that we are not somehow knowing in peace and joy, it's because there's a blockage of flow in our own world. And every time we give, we receive. So we're going to practice that for a little while and open up the conversation. So that's it in a nutshell. That's the intention and let's do this thing. And I'm having fun with this day because after Amy called me and I'm finishing my walk, Rana called me. And so by the time these two conversations were over, in case you were wondering, Cindy at this moment is also facilitating the 12-stepping meeting because, you know, today my word is yes. All right, let's listen to this song.
I climbed the mountains, I crossed the sea. I called your name in every wind and every tree. I searched the temples, I read the signs. I thought you lived beyond the stars, beyond the lines. But the candle I was chasing through the night was already burning in my chest, that ancient light. All this wandering, all these years, all this longing dressed in prayers, and you were here, you were here. I found you inside me, Not in the sky, not in the stone. I found you inside me. In the silence I had never known. Every seeker becomes the sought. Every lover is the love they sought. I found you inside me. I was never, never alone. I thought you were a distant king on a golden throne, but you were the breath that breathed me, the marrow of my bone. I thought your face was somewhere I had yet to reach, but you were the longing itself, the thirst in my own speech. The wound inside my chest was where your light came in. The deeper I surrendered, the closer you had been. All this wandering, all these years, all this longing dressed in prayers, and you were here. You were here. I found you inside me. Not in the sky, not in the stone. I found you inside me. In the silence I had never known. Every seeker becomes the sought. Every lover is the love they sought. I found you inside me. I was never, never I am not a drop in the ocean. I am the ocean in a drop. I am not a spark in the fire. I am the fire I forgot. You didn't hide, I was looking away. You weren't silent, I just didn't know how to pray. In the deepest dark, in the quietest place, I closed my eyes and I found your You were the seeker, you were the path, you were the arriving, you were the home I always had. You were the home I always had.
Lesson 105. God's peace and joy are mine. God's peace and joy are yours. Today we will accept them, knowing they belong to us. And we will try to understand these gifts increase as we receive them. They are not like the gifts the world can give, in which the giver loses as he gives the gift. The taker is the richer by his loss. These are not gifts, but bargains made with guilt. A truly given gift entails no loss. It is impossible that one can gain because another loses. This implies a limit and an insufficiency. No gift is given thus. Such quote unquote gifts are but a bid for a more valuable return, a loan with interest to be paid in full, a temporary lending, meant to be a pledge of debt to be repaid with more than was received by him who took the gift. This strange distortion of what giving means pervades all levels of the world, you see. It strips all meaning from the gifts you give and leaves you nothing in the ones you take. A major learning goal in this course has set is to reverse your view of giving so you can receive. For giving has become a source of fear. And so you would avoid the only means by which you can receive. Accept God's peace and joy, and you will learn a different way of looking at a gift. His gifts will never lessen when they are given away. They but increase thereby. As heaven's peace and joy intensify when you accept them as God's gifts to you, so does the joy of your Creator grow when you accept his joy and peace as yours. True giving is creation. It extends the limitless to the unlimited, eternity to the timelessness, and love onto itself. It adds to all that is complete already, not in simple terms of adding more, for that implies that it was less before. It adds by letting what cannot contain itself fulfill its aim of giving everything it has away, securing it forever for itself. Today, now, accept God's peace and joy as yours. Let him complete himself as he defines completion. You will understand that what completes him must complete his son as well. He cannot give through loss, nor can his son. Receive his gift of joy and peace today, and he will thank you for your gift to him. Today, our practice periods will start a little differently. Begin today by thinking of those brothers who have been denied by you the peace and joy that are their right under the equal laws of God. Here you denied them to yourself, and here you must return to claim them as your own. Think of your quote-unquote enemies a little while and tell each one as he occurs to you. My brother, peace and joy I offer you, that I may have God's peace and joy as mine. Thus you prepare yourself to recognize God's gift to you and let your mind be free of all that would prevent success today. Now are you ready to accept the gifts of peace and joy which God has given you? Now are you ready to experience the joy and peace you have denied yourself? Now you can say, God's peace and joy are mine, for you have given what you would receive. You must succeed today if you prepare your mind as we suggest, for you have let all bars to peace and joy be lifted up, and what is yours can come to you at last. So tell yourself, God's peace and joy are mine. And close your eyes a while and let his voice assure you that the words you speak are true. Spend your 5 minutes thus with him each time you can today. But do not think that less is worthless when you cannot give him more. At least remember hourly to say the words that call on him to give you what he wills to give and wills you to receive. Determine not to interfere today with what he wills. And if a brother seems to tempt you to deny God's gift to him, see it as but another chance to let yourself receive the gifts of God as yours. Then bless your brother thankfully and say, my brother, peace and joy I offer you, that I may have God's peace and joy as mine. So sink in, be in this moment. Yesterday, a big part of our conversation was about specificity, pronouncing that word. You are a unique expression of the divine, and what is going on in your life right now is providing you with an opportunity to both receive and extend the peace and joy of God, right? So the invitation here is to not go global, not go global. Where are you as an individual? And I know this lesson is about brothers and people, but if what is about you individually right now is about you, about your body or your finances or how you are expressing yourself, then don't deny that. Receive that. The other thing we've been talking about so much lately is the understanding that God is here now. So this idea of taking this lesson in so you could practice later, no, that's egoic propaganda. The only time that we can experience God's love is now, is in the holy instant, which only occurs now. In the Helen Hamilton podcast we're talking about um, on Thursday, she says, "You are the present moment." The first line I heard in the podcast I started listening to this morning for next week, he said, "You are now." You are, the experience of now is the only one that contains all things. So let's practice now. Allow all kind of contraction, confliction, pain, right? The mind's going to say, I am the love. But I don't know about you, but here's my example. Here's the first place I'm practicing. While I was reading the lesson, a lot of you have heard about my stories of my neighbor above my head who has been asked to leave. And here it is, 10:18 in the morning. And as I'm practicing, I saw him drive up. So he's pulled in 10:18 in the morning, gets out of his car, opens up the back seat, and grabs a case of beer. Something inside of me contracts every time I see him with that case of beer because I've been living underneath him for as many years as I've been here. He's here longer than me, and I know that he can ingest that case of beer in an afternoon, and that the kind being he is before the first one opens changes. I know that I often don't see him with a case of beer at 10 o'clock on a Tuesday morning. So the mind is telling all sorts of stories about what's going on in his world. So he's the first brother I am going to practice with. And I invite you now in this moment to just be in this moment, to trust that the truth is true and allow a circumstance, a situation, a person that you have judgments, opinions, contraction, desire for them to be different, to just rise in your awareness. And with the love of God that is within you and the truth that you know, just bless them. Brother, circumstance, situation, peace and joy I offer you. I give you only what I am. I bless you with the knowing and the knowledge that the divine is what is contained within you and what you are. And just sink into that this moment. And you may actually feel God's peace and joy and love filling you as it flows out into this idea of another or circumstance. Just allow that. Be with that. And then perhaps another person or circumstance or situation comes to your awareness. And you may or may not feel a body, like a body response or an emotion, or the mind might start taking over, and you might find yourself judging a circumstance, a person, a situation. Or you might find yourself already kicked out of this contemplation. And if you do, bring yourself back. And as this circumstance arises again, God's peace and joy I offer you, that I may know it myself. And for the next 5 minutes, I invite us all to just be with this giving and receiving as one, this sinking into the truth that God's peace and joy are yours, it's mine, it's the foundation of our being. And as each circumstance that seems to suggest otherwise arises in in your conscious awareness, and it may be the same circumstance over and over and over again, just allow yourself to come back to the truth is true and offer as best you can the peace of joy. My brother, this circumstance, God's peace and joy I give to you. 5 minutes. Thank you for doing this with me. And the floor is open. I invite you to share about your experience with this practice. I invite for anyone to share the yeah buts. I invite I invite William to speak.
It's hard to share like the crumbs of now, joy, peace. I'm filled. It's like every moment fills me. The memory of my father, mother, but it's not just them, it was the love between them. And realizing it's like the blood that's constantly flowing through me. I'm aware, aware, aware. Aware is really just allowing what is to flow through me. That's the awareness, allowing. And I just feel that flow in the silence. It's all now in me, you, us, we. It's just like the blood. I don't notice, but it's all everywhere through my body, through life. And that's what I'm feeling. It's just that it doesn't matter the words because it's all there now. Now, there's no me, just now. So I just wanted to give that away and I receive it as I do it. Thank you.
Thank you. Hi, Nadega.
Hello, everyone. I really love that. Thank you so much for this teaching. And I just really love bringing everyone in, because there's no separation. And so, and loving everyone and and loving them and saying love or whatever. And people I don't like. And so I did, because that's not true that I don't like them. That's not true. So I brought in Trump and everyone, because there's only love. That's what we are. So yeah, and I really just love that. Uh and and thank you for the now. There's only the now. That's all there is. So yeah, thank you, everyone.
Thank you. How's this experience for you, Patricia?
I love it. The now, the now, the now. And when it's in my heart and I send it forth to um, people I love and people around me, it fills me. It fills me with joy to give joy out and love, giving love to others. Because when I do that, I give love to myself as well. So peace and joy be with all and with all of you, my dear friends and Sangha. Thank you.
So, can I ask you, because you said when I give love to people I love, how about people who it feels like you don't love? Did any of those circumstances or people come up, and how did that feel?
Well, that felt neutral. It wasn't, I didn't feel my heart in there. I didn't feel love in there. I could give it out to that person whom I will not name, known as the Orange Overlord. Pardon me. I could send goodwill. But there was a neutrality to it. It wasn't, my heart didn't fill, but my compassion did. I felt sorry. So I suppose in feeling sorry, the compassion was touching. That filled me somewhat, if that makes sense. Thanks.
Thank you. Bye, Sandra.
Good morning. Thank you, Cindy. Thank you, everyone. When you read the first lines of the lesson, my thoughts went this way. Well, first it says, God's peace and joy are yours. Today we will accept them, knowing they belong to us. And then it goes on to say, we understand that these gifts increase as we receive them. Most of the lesson then goes towards giving that peace and joy to others, but the very beginning is about receiving them. And my thoughts kind of wandered to how almost all of my life, I've always enjoyed giving gifts more than receiving them. It's just so much fun to go shopping for somebody and find something you think they'll love and give it to them and then see their excitement when they get it. And then my birthday would come around, I'd be like, oh, I mean, or Christmas even, it was like, I don't know, I just didn't get the same thrill as I did. And I really, honestly, sometimes it was hard to receive the gift. I don't know if any of you have experienced that. Well, I see Indigo shaking her head, but so this opening lines is really about accepting them and knowing they belong to us. And I really think like one day Indigo told us, it still is in my heart, Indigo, when you said, we are loved unconditionally. Unconditionally. You just kept using that word, unconditionally. And I think that a major part of this entire course for me has been accepting that this is all for me. It's always been easier to give. And when I give, I do get that happiness and joy. I really do. It's fun. And when I give authentically and with true emotion, not fake, not play acting, but with real, true love, when I'm giving of myself, I get bliss from that. I mean, it just raises the vibrational level to a really high level. So I don't really know where I'm going with this, except that I know that a major part of healing for me is to accept the gifts others give to me. And I'm not talking material here. Oh, not just others, but God, the gift God gives to me, which is unconditional love, which doesn't have any limits to it. And I truly want to receive that. I'm open to that. I want to be like, you know, the parched grass that's turning brown. It just opens itself to the rain and lets the rain just soak it. That's what I want. And I know I have it already, even as I say I want it. So today I accept it, knowing it belongs to me. And then it spills out onto others. And the others then, as I accept and I receive his gift of joy and peace today, as I do that for myself, there's no struggle in giving that to others. There's no categories anymore. There's no categories of those I love and those I don't love. It doesn't work like that anymore. Right now, it's all about receiving, believing, receiving, knowing, understanding, experiencing, all those words which are still inadequate, but they're there. Receiving all of this love that is for me. And then it flows. It flows like living waters, it flows like a river. It's just flows. And I don't have to stop and think, who do I want to give it to? It spills out in the grocery store. It spills out walking down the street. The other day, I was walking out of the store and there was this man. I was driving by and there was this really good looking man, an elderly man, really good looking elderly man walking out. And I just looked at him and I thought, wow, you are beautiful. He must have seen me looking at him. And he turned and he smiled at me, this big smile, and I waved at him. And I think late, I was like, he probably thinks, do I know that woman? you know, but it was just spilling out. It could not be contained. Like I said, there was no categories. It's like, it doesn't matter if I know him or don't know him. It doesn't matter if I like him or don't like him. So that's Cindy.
Sandra,
I get here with you and John and Aka and David. I want to name every one of you, Richard, William, Patricia, and Dago, all of you, and those of you who aren't on the screen. Alice, my friend Alice, it just spills over the joy in being with you. I could cry right now. I just want you to know that. I want you to feel it. I want you to feel that joy and that peace that I love with you. It's like, it's so, it's precious. Precious is the word. This time, this now. And so for me today, it was the one I've withheld the most from is myself. So that's who came to me when you asked us to pick someone. And I just gave her all the love there is. So she's good. She's good now. Thanks for listening, my friends.
thank you. And there's something I'm going to share as the facilitator. I get to do that, then hand it to Livy and John. A deep understanding of something. Um, the assignment today was my brother, peace and joy I offer you that I may have God's peace and joy as mine. And there's this deep recognition that I chose, or it was chosen for me not to read that second sentence in our practice. I just focused on the first one. The story that comes up, I spent a number of years in relationship with someone, I think he already had 20 years in AA. And he medical doctor, and before he was recovered, he was caught. Um, in his addiction with crack cocaine. So here he's like a hospitalist and addicted to crack cocaine. And there was a prosecutor who who really wanted this man's license and wanted to destroy his life. You know, that's the way the story is told. And for the months on end leading up to this final kind of court case, um, my friend's prayer was, please help me love him, the name of the prosecutor, as as you do, Lord. And he was in this continuous practice of just asking to love the process. Like this is the way he tells the story over and over and over again. And miracle happened, and he gets to court, and he holds on to his license. He had X number of years of piss tests and counseling or whatever, but he ended up becoming um, a very useful substance abuse doctor until something else happened a number of years ago, but that's a different story. The thing is, he tells that story, and I bought it hook, line, and sinker, right? And as I was listening to Sandra, even before the deep recognition occurred, the story started playing. And then I realized what this man did not do was let me love myself the way you love me. It was let me love him, help me love him, help me love him. And this gentleman, who's no longer in my life, has a deep-seated self-hatred unlike anything, um, and it oozes out onto the people who love him. And the recognition that the miracle occurred, and he was able to step forward and have these decades in AA and be this doctor and touch so many people's lives, and continue to hate himself so thoroughly. um, there's something in me that's being moved as Sandra shared, and this realization that the story popped up like a gift from God. And then the recognition that even as Cindy presented this lesson to everyone, I just didn't say the second sentence. I was like, but I am God, so I don't need to receive God's love. Well, there's something in here. Obviously, obviously, what I'm being shown is that I am, there is a sense of unworthiness held in this experience of God that is coming up to the light of awareness. I'm not even owning it. I'm not judging it. I'm not forgiving it or not. I'm just stating, like, is there another explanation for these last 5 minutes and what occurred? Because I don't see one. Other than God saying, Cindy, that's what I'm hearing in my head. Cindy, let me love you, Cindy. Let me love you, Cindy. Let me show you how loved you are. And Sandra's teaching was like the carrot, like let me sit and receive God's love, trusting that the more I allow myself to receive that, the more it will just touch everybody else. And so that's what just occurred. And I could have waited until the 12-step meeting, but I wanted it on the recording so that I can listen to it again. Hey, Livy, your hand was up. Did you drop
Can
it
you
on her?
can you hear me okay?
Can hear you just fine. Can't
Oh,
see,
okay.
but we can hear
Okay.
you.
Um, yeah, I am. If y'all have never been to the Blue Ridge Mountains or Hendersonville, it's just gorgeous. Uh, that's where I'm heading, and I have the mountains in front of me and the trees accompany me. It's absolutely fabulous. But I just wanted to share that I'd always heard you can't really love somebody until you love yourself. And it wasn't until I started praying, how can I be the best expression of love, that all my blocks to love started coming up. And I can say that I've had experiences of feeling the love and having that unaided and just being in amazed afterwards going, oh, that's what it feels like. That's what it is. And, I also just want to say that Trump has been one of my greatest teachers from ever since like 6 years ago or however long ago, when I realized that, and this was like his first term, and I would get anxious and angry, and I knew it was all fear. And then one day I realized I'm giving over a lot of power. And then one day it occurred to me this may need to be happening for a reason that I don't understand. And it's okay to not understand everything. And the more compassion and experiences that I've allowed myself to feel, it's gained in my compassion. And I don't agree. I definitely don't agree. And at the same time, it gives me opportunity to feel compassion and towards him. And I'm so grateful to this group for the just really understanding, for they know not what they do, what that really means when people are separate from the love they truly are and don't know. And so I'm grateful for the opportunities that this life affords me to go deeper and to go deeper into what makes me tick and what makes me angry and why. And I don't dwell on the why, but like Inner Ramana gives me the wonderful questions to ask, the right questions, I think, to ask. And so I'm just real grateful for that today, to have, through trusting and through these meetings and gaining a deeper trust, that I'm able to be okay with things as they are. And I don't know if okay is the right word. It's not the right word, as I'm just realizing, but I'm able to be more at peace today around it. It doesn't mean that it doesn't break my heart. And I'm grateful that I can have a heart to be broken. And so anyway, I just wanted to share that, and y'all got to see my passenger seat. Ain't it pretty? And I sure do love all y'all. I hope you have a great Tuesday.
Love you, Libby. Thank you. Hey, John.
Hi, everybody. Hi, Cindy. Hi, family. Oh, it's so wonderful to be here today. So, so wonderful. Thank you for showing up. I want to express what Cindy said, about the light of awareness, because I got some Jim Dandy's camp today, and I want to say more than grateful. I just want to be an acceptance of it. That's how I can show my gratitude, just to be an acceptance of what's going on for me today. And yeah, I've been in where those mountains and trees are down in where you were, Hendersonville, and it's so beautiful. And it was like the song, God is everywhere, and I didn't realize it. God is in those mountains, in those trees, I didn't realize that. And so, Livy, I just so happy for you that you're happy, that you have peace and joy in your environment. Yeah, that's how you grow, sister. That's how you. And Sandra, I got to tell you just how much I resonate with your stories, and I'm full acceptance of what you have to say, and truly recognize your authenticity in a way that you express it, and what you bring home for me. So I just want to express that as another light of awareness, to say that and be in full acceptance of it, because in that moment of our meditations today came some Jim Dandies. Like I said, one of them was the forgiveness as a source of fear. Forgiveness as a source of fear. Forgiveness as a source of fear. And it caused me to look at something that happened actually yesterday. It started, the ball started rolling. God is in every moment, and God got me today because I just heard the word bad mommy, bad mommy. And I thought, oh, forgiveness. I got mommy stuff. I'm withholding myself because of judgments I got on my mommy. So that's kind of an example of how being in this group is just such a gift to me, such a gift. And the healing balm, Sandra, that you provide is oh so comforting because I was able to look, again, that oh, peace and joy are yours, mommy. Peace and joy are yours. And like Cindy says, stay open to yet, saying, yeah, this is my day for yet. Yes, mommy, peace and joy are yours. The funny thing is, just a few minutes earlier, in my scream off, I was finishing eating off my eating up a pear, and I don't know if I did swallowed it too soon, but I realized this is hard to swallow. This is hard to swallow. And I realized, oh, I'm being told in a big way. My biology is telling me, yeah, this is hard to swallow, but now's the time to do it. And oh my goodness, folks, all I can say is, even as that doctor said that had the addiction issue and is addicted to self-hatred, that was a source of fear for me too, my own self-hatred as a result of all that. So trauma as an informed guide, having all that trauma as an informed guide allows me to walk with my head up high, knowing full well that I'm in the right environment, and I'm so, so, so thankful. And in the only way I can say it is to just to shut up and say, thank you, folks. Thank you. I love you.
Love you, John. All right, Richard, give us some words, if you would, please.
Morning, everyone. I love us all, and great lesson. I know this is kind of sound woo-woo kind of stuff, but I love this lesson because it talked about joy and love, being the joy, being the love. And I think that's what the Course is teaching us. But what I hear most of the time is how people suffer. And so for me, my job is to be the love, to be the joy, to be the happy, the loving, to love everything. That's my purpose now. But when I didn't know who I was in truth, I was unhappy sometimes, happy at other times. I didn't know that was life. But now I know I'm not that. I'm not a body mind. I'm an innocent child of God. I am the light of the world. I am love eternal. I am unconditional love. So if I really believe that, then that's what I want to manifest in the dream. I don't want to manifest my poor, humble, horrible self who believes they committed the sin of separation, are guilty of the sin, and God is going to find them and beat them up or condemn them to death, and that's the fear that arises in the separate self. That's not who I am. I am infinite, unconditional love every moment of every day, of every experience, regardless of whether I'm Richard or whether I'm spirit or whatever I'm manifest. So I try to just be every day, moment to moment. when shit comes up, I realize, whoa, what was that? I must be identifying as Richard the ego, not who I am in truth. So I laugh at myself, correct myself as much as I can, as quickly as I can, and just be again. So I'm finding it me more and more easy just to love everything. Don't choose what I love or what I don't love. I am love, and if I am love, everyone is love. If I'm an innocent child of God, everyone is an innocent child of God. Or I'm not identifying as my true self. In order to judge others as being less than me, I'm identifying as myself as being less than I am. So, how can I be the love of the world, the light of the world, if I'm judging myself to be other than that? So, that works for me. I don't worry about what I'm saying or what I'm doing, I just do it. And when I slip into my false self, I laugh at myself. I go, oh, Richard, you did it again. You, you poor son of a bitch. When are you going to get this right? And then I go back to being happy and joyous again and just enjoying my experience of being the separate self and the dream. And I go, I'm happy. I'm okay. Everything's so. So I love hearing your stories. I love all the sharing that we do. It just makes me so happy. So thank you all. Love us all. Thanks for letting me share.
I love us all too. Alka, I have a desire to give you these last few minutes to use them in whatever way you're inspired to.
Uh, I haven't got much to say. Hello, everyone. Except what I have been doing recently is healing myself. I realized all the relationships that work in a difficult way, it's not the relationships that need healing. I'm the one that needs healing because I'm the one, I don't know how to explain. People are what they are. I'm the one who's seeing what there is to see or not. No, that's not it. Well, I'm the one who needs the healing because I'm looking at it in a way that I don't know how to explain this. It's just recently that I've realized that I need to heal and not the relationships. So this lesson was useful. It was a practice I was already doing, not in the way of infinite love in my heart or anything like that, because I don't think I hate myself. Maybe I'm wrong and it will come up. I don't know. I think I'm a strong person who knows who I really am, but I forget occasionally. I do realize I need to heal myself. And I'm in a very quiet place so at the moment, and that's why I'm having difficulty talking. For some reason, all this healing has put me in a very, very still and quiet place. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Uh,
Thank you for sharing the stillness and the quiet. And thank you for sharing you with all of us. It's a great gift.
I could be all wrong. It could all be wrong. I don't know.
I'm listening to this podcast for next week, and he literally said my favorite words, which are the hardest things for a human, for many humans to say is I don't know. And I've fallen in love with those words. They invite something outside of knowing. And so I could be all wrong too. I don't know. All right, let me stop the recording. We love you, Amy, just in case you're listening. All right.